just to joining is nothing but merge is nothing but just to join the two different tables. Okay. Now, yes. What is the criteria for selection of the particular joining? If you want to join the two tables, what is the criteria? The first criteria is both should have the same data type. Either the numeric means numeric is nothing but integer. Integer means it should be the integer. Otherwise, string. String means nothing but the characters, the alphabets. Okay, it should be the same. If the data type is the different, then we cannot join the two different tables. This is the first constraint. The second constraint is the table should have the primary key and as well as the foreign key. Suppose if you want to join the two different tables. So for example, here we have a table. Otherwise, let me just explain with this. The Excel file itself.
So what I was saying, guys, basically in simple terms, merge is nothing but doing a VLOOKUP in Power BI. Okay, you can treat it like that. There are some informations which are required in this table, but they are not placed in this table, but they are in this some other table. Now, either you do a VLOOKUP with the Excel or data source itself, or you do it in Power BI. In Power BI, if some of you attended the live sessions week 2, then it was also discussed about relationships. So what Muthu is saying that if you keep, okay, let's say I asked something to do from Muthu's side, and Muthu is saying it to someone else, and then he's saying it to someone else. So then there will be a like performance issue. Okay, rather than the person himself doing it, the first person, the first point of contact. So likewise, if you keep the relationships like, okay, this is the main table, then something is connected here, then this is connected to something else. So you should avoid so many layers of hierarchy in the connections. And for that purpose, sometimes you would say, okay, rather than making connections with 4 tables, let me combine these 3 or 4 tables together, and then only one connection will be there. Okay, that is the concept of this. In simple terms, it is like doing VLOOKUP within Power BI. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Muthu.
Yes. So here, if you see this, the table is the employee table, and here we have the employee name and the employee ID and a department ID. So here, that employee ID is the primary key. So what is meant by primary key? So we can just look into that any one. So the primary key is nothing but the uniquely we identify the particular data set, the row. So here the John is having employee ID 1. So similarly here similarly for the other people also, other employees also. And here the John belongs to that department ID 101, and the Bob belongs to the department ID 101. Similarly, there belongs to the respective departments. Okay, here this employee ID is generally called as the primary key in the database, and the department ID is called as the foreign key. Why it is foreign key? Because with this the department ID, we are going to get the information from other table. So the department ID may not be useful only for this particular table. With the help of this, we can get the data from that another table. Okay, so this is called as the foreign key. Now, if we just move into the department the table, here we'll be having only the 2 columns. The first column has the department ID and the second column has the department name. So here we do not have the 2 keys. Here we have only 1 key. Means the department ID is the key. So here it is called as the primary key. Primary key means it uniquely identifies the department names. So this is the primary key. So now with the help of this, the department ID and the employees tables department ID, we can just combine these informations. Okay, so this is called as the primary key and the foreign key, and this can be useful in the many the applications. And there are the other types, the keys also available, and this is just all about the primary key and the foreign key. So now, so here we are going to discuss about the join, and already I said it should have the same data type. Now let us see what are the different types of the joins are available in the Power Query. The first one is the left outer. The second one is right outer, full outer, inner join, a left anti, and a right anti. These are the different types of the joins available in the Power BI, the Power Query, the options. Okay, now let us see what is meant by the left join. Here you can just assume, and the table one is the employee, and the table two is the department. So now, whatever the left outer means, whatever the data is from the table one, and the whole data will be just kept it. And whatever the common data intersection, you can just look into this one, the center part. So this is the intersection part. So whatever the data from the table one, that will be just kept it here. And whatever the common data from the table two, those data only just read and just to combine to the particular table. So whatever the not common, whatever the data which are not common to the table one, these portions will not be fetched to the merge the portions. Okay, so this is called as the outer join. Are you able to understand this one? Is it clear?
Yes, fine.
Is it clear?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Shall I continue?
Yes.
Hello.
Muthu, we can hear you.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Actually, I got a call. That's the reason. Just a second.
No problem.
And the next one is the right outer joint. The right outer joint means the same manner here. Whatever the data we are having on the right table, you can see that the blue color on the table two, the circle, the second circle. So this is the complete data of the table two, and the part of data from the table one, which are common to the table two, only these portions, the intersection portions, will be fetched here. So this is called as the right outer join. And the inner join. The inner join is nothing but whatever the data which are common from both the tables, that can be fetched here. That is called as the inner join, only the intersection portion, the common portion from the both tables. So this is the inner join. The next one is full outer join. The full outer join is nothing but irrespective of the common values or common data from the both the table, whether the T1 having some data more than the T2, similarly the T2 may have some data over the T1. So whatever the data, the whole data will be fetched here. This is called as the full outer join. The next one is the left anti-join. The left anti-join means here we'll be getting only the table which are having that unique values. So only as here we may have some the common data, and this data will not be considered. Whatever the data which is not common to the table two, only those data will be fetched here in the left anti-joint. Similarly, in the right anti-joint, whatever the unique data on the table two, then the table one, these portions, this data will be fetched in the right anti-joints. Okay, these are the 6 joints. Now we are going to discuss. I'm going to demonstrate how we can just combine both the tables using the 6 the different joints. Is that clear? Anybody having the doubt?
No, it's fine. We'll see
Yeah,
in the.
clear. It's okay.
Okay, Muthu, let me demonstrate it. Okay, now. Thank you for
Sure, sir.
us to the technical or theoretical concepts about merging. Okay, but guys,
Sure.
as I said earlier, we are missing something in the current table which we want to work with, and that information which is missing is available nearby somewhere in the other table, and we want to bring it inside. Relationship is always the option, but sometimes we would need it inside that table itself, not outside. Okay, then how to do it? So I will share my screen and then we can go for it. Let me know once my screen is visible.
Sure. Sir. Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Yeah, it's fine.
So the main table here is employee table. This is what we want to work with. Okay, because somewhere in the data, maybe in the sales table, we have the employee IDs. So with that employee ID, we can get the names, and then all these people are in these department IDs. But we are not interested in the department IDs. We are interested in the department names. Okay. So then comes how to get the department name. So we have another table, which I've just imported. There is no actual transformation which is required in this. I've just imported whatever Muthu shared earlier. Those files I've imported. Okay. Now here, every ID is there with the department name. Now, how to bring these department names here as the fourth column? That is a simple task which we are accomplishing. Okay. So in the home tab, on the right side, you have an option of combine. Those who attended session 1 of Power BI live sessions, you might have seen this, right? Now we are going for upper one, merge. Append is for vertical combination. Merge is for two tables side by side or maybe some portion of the other table. So we will go to merge, and here there are two options. Do you want to merge it in the current query which you are currently working in, or do you want to create a third query where you can use this as well as the other one, whichever you are looking for? So I will go for merge queries as new, and this should be adopted if you don't want to disturb the original tables. Okay. So here, now it is asking, okay, you have taken employee because you were earlier in employee, and now you want to merge something with this table. Then which one? Obviously, we will take the next one. And now, whenever you do VLOOKUP, you need to identify something which is common between the two places. Then only the VLOOKUP can happen or index match can work. Okay. Same way here, what is common between these two tables? Can anyone tell me?
Department ID.
ID.
Department ID. So all you need to do here is select the department ID in the upper table. Okay. And select the department ID in the bottom table. And Power BI will be able to tell you, based on these common things, 32 out of 50 rows in the first table are matching. So here, total 50 lines were there, 50 employees were there. You can see 50 employees were there. But the department ID of only 32 is matching. That means maybe this master, this particular department list is not complete. But that's fine with us. VLOOKUP also gives the same kind of data. If something is available, it will give, otherwise it will not give. So if I click on go ahead, click OK, it will create the third query. Employee ID is there, name is there, department ID. These three columns are coming from the employee table. And it has kept the whole department table next to it. Okay. And that table may have multiple columns. So we can expand it, and it is having two columns. Now you want to keep which informations out of this additional table? Department ID is already there with us. So
Yes.
maybe we will not keep it because it will be matching based on the same thing. So no need to see the same thing again. Then department name I would like to keep. And then there is this last option. It says use original column name as the prefix. So I am bringing department name. If I check this, the name which I will get is department table dot department name. So it will give the full column name from which table it is coming dot what is the column name. But I am not really interested in that prefix because here it is very clear cut. There is no repetition of the names also. So I don't want to keep that prefix. And when I click OK, I get my department names. So wherever it is matching, it is giving me the results. Wherever it is not matching, it is giving me these blank or null values, which means it is not available, which is better than the hash NA of the VLOOKUP.
Can you please repeat the last step alone?
Okay, so we were here. It was like available as a second column, which can be expanded. It will show all the columns of that additional table based on the matching. And now we just need to decide which columns we want to keep inside this third query. And I will select maybe 1, maybe 2, 3, depending on your need, you can decide what all things you want to keep. And when I click OK, it will give me my department name. Now I will again show it to you once. If I expand it and I check this option, what happens? Click OK. You see, this time it is showing the table name dot and then the column name which you have imported. So many times, I would say that 90% of the time, we would not need this prefix because it is unnecessary increasing the length of the column which we will be using further. Please mute yourself. Okay. So here I will keep only one column. So it's a very, very simple process. Now, if I go inside this merge, okay, this was the first table, this was the second table. The Venn diagrams which Muthu was explaining us, what do they mean? They simply means, okay, this is the first table, or we can also call it left table. Okay. This is the second table, we can also call it as right table, because if we see side by side, okay, then first one is the left, second one is the side. Now here it is mentioned left outer. That means everything from the first table will be kept, and wherever it can provide the related information, that will be added. If the second table cannot provide, it will be left empty. Okay, so that's the real VLOOKUP. But sometimes we may also say, okay, don't show me the employees where I cannot find the department ID or department names. If I'm not able to fetch department names, I don't want to see it. Maybe my purpose is which employees or which departments are common between the two data sources. So then I can also open this drop down. Here I have an option of only keep the matching lines. Inner means both it should be available. That particular department ID should be available in both the places. So here it is very much self-explanatory what it means. Right outer means keep everything from here, and whatever match from here, that will be kept in that table. Sometimes we want, okay, whatever is here and whatever is here, keep the combination of that. I don't want to miss any department ID from anywhere. So then it will be this one, full outer. That means everything from both the tables. Most of the time, what you would keep is this one, the first one, which is available, which is active by default. Okay, but it's just a way of telling, okay, what is more important for you, which data set is more important for you. And accordingly, you will select an option. Any doubts at this moment?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
very fine.
Others, please. All fine
Yes,
till
sir,
now, right?
this is clear. I just have one question. But
Yeah.
this purpose can be solved by relationship. So when do we need such type of table merging?
See, as Muthu was explaining, if you are having multiple tables, okay, let's say you are having a headcount report or payroll report, okay, and there
Okay.
per month employees and salaries were there. So that becomes your transaction report. Okay. Now you want
Okay.
to see, okay, what is the salary by employee? So you will do the relationship with this table, employee ID one. So employee ID is there in the salary table, and now you got this, so you got the name of the person. Then you think, okay, let me see the total salary by the departments. And here only department ID is there. You would like to have the name. So then you can do it through relationship again, but then it will be one more level of relationship. Okay. And
Okay,
what
so this
PowerBI
will affect the performance, right?
Yes, when the data set is bigger, this affects the performance. So I will show here how it works. So if this is one table and that's another, this is that salary table, let's say, okay? And then we are having one table. This is your employee ID table, okay? So we got employee ID, we got his name, and we got his department also. So to fetch the name of the person, this is name of the person, and this is employee ID. Okay. We just linked employee ID with the salary table. Fine. We got the name. Then we thought, okay, let me take the department name also. Then we have one more table that is having department ID, DI, and DN, department name. Now you may think, okay, let me link this department ID with this one, and maybe there is one more level. Okay, so these when the relationship goes into these multiple levels, then the performance of the system or the model like goes down, and it will
Okay.
really impact you when this transaction table is having huge data sets. In the small data sets, maybe you will not even notice. So what they
Okay.
call, like the technical experts or like architectures, they have something. Okay, this is your central table. Okay, and then you have one customer table, or maybe date table, or maybe a geography table. Okay, and maybe one more table, something like product table. So it looks like a star. That's why they call it as star schema. And here, one above other, then one other, another thing above other. So it looks like a snowflakes. Okay, so that is why these two names are given to them. When the multiple layers are there in the relationships, it is known as snowflakes. When it is simple one-to-one relationship, most of the time, okay, then it becomes star schema. And the model, the technical tools, they say that star schema is always better performing than the snowflake.
Okay, because it is one-to-one relationship.
Yeah, because the communication lines are so many, simple. Okay. So how can I reduce this? Why can't I bring this department name directly here as fourth column? So then this table will not be required. That is the purpose of these mergings. If someone says, okay, let's merge. Now you might say, why do you want to even have this relationship? Why can't we cross this? Why don't we bring these four into this table itself? That will be very costly affair, because here it may be, let's say 500K. If you bring 4 columns, you are bringing 2 million cells.
Yeah.
But here, how many employees you would be having? 100, 200, 300. If I bring one additional column of department, I will still bring only 100 cells, 200 cells, right? So we will only do merging when these tables are small, as much as possible. Obviously, in some situations, you will not find any other way, so you will merge it. Okay, but you will try to not merge it with the main table. Other ancillary tables or dimension table, we call them, or the master tables, we call them. We will only do mergings in that. We should know, we will try to avoid these things, but we should know how to do it.
Okay.
Clear, guys?
Clear. Thank you.
Okay. Now, let me also show you one more thing. How will you do the merging when there are two things common? Look at this. I will select. This is one data set. Invoice date is there. Currency. And then the amount in that currency. But as a multinational, most of the companies are having one common reporting currency. Let's say USD is the common currency for this particular organization. And we are having the exchange rates placed in the next table. Now, what is common between these two tables? Can anyone tell?
Currency, sir.
Currency and exchange rate.
Exchange rate is
currency-
what we are looking for.
Yeah, currency is common.
Currency and the year, sir, that we can change to the date into the year.
Yes. Anything else?
Months is also same.
Month is also there. Here we have the date. Here we are keeping, so the level will be defined based on this table. What all things you have. Here we are keeping the currency exchange rate based on the month and year. And month and year can be taken from here easily. We can extract it and then currency. So we need to match these three things. Then only we can pull the perfect or maybe accurate exchange rate. Okay. Then only we can do the accurate exchange rate. So how will we do it? How will we do the merging here now?
First
To the-
month and year we got to merge.
We need to insert two columns here, and we
Okay.
will make one for month and one for year.
Okay. Now let me show you. I will close this. So this part is clear. That was simple one. And we expanded it also, so that's fine. Now let me bring a new worksheet. Do I have it in this? Merge multiple columns. So I am bringing this table, which has table currency and table sales. I'm bringing both of them. So that's sales, date-wise, currency, and the local amount. Now we are having TBL currency. Here we have yearly, monthly, currency, and the exchange rate. This exchange rate, if we are somehow able to bring it here, then we can get the actual transaction value in the USD. Okay. But first we need to find the exact same common things in both the sides. So here, either you create the date, or on the other side, you must create the year and month. Okay. So let me do the year and month. I will go to add column. This is the date, and here date section, I can go and I can say that, can you give me year? So I got year. I can do the same thing here in the transform also. Same date is there. If I select, date is there. But transform means the current existing column will change. I don't want to change it because I have other plans to extract something else. So that's why I went into the add column, that I need an additional column. Now I'm selecting again, same thing. Go there. Let's go for month. And this is start month and this one, first one. So that gives me month number. So we got the same things, all the three things: currency, year, and month. Other table, year, month, and currency. Now what should we do? Shalini, you were suggesting something? क्या हुआ? Merge what?
Merge this one and that one together.
Okay. So let's take sales, because generally we would like to bring from there to here, because this is the transaction table, right? So I will go here in the home tab, merge, maybe new query or existing also. Let's this time do existing one. Okay. We will select currency table. Now what should I do?
Now
We
you have
will
to select
What should I select? There's not one common column. There are multiple things.
no, you have to select in the top column month, year, and currency, and in the same order you have to select in the second table.
Great. So some of you may be thinking that we do the VLOOKUP for this scenario by combining them, concatenating them, right? Here it is not necessary. Here you can go by simply selecting multiple things. So let's say currency, then use the control key, year, and then use month. So select one by one each of them, but keep your control key pressed. So then you can see first column, second column, third column. These like indexes are coming. This shows the order of your selection. It is like you are
Same order you have
concatenating
to
them
select in
virtually.
the second.
Same order you need to follow in the bottom table. What is that first one? Currency, control key. Then we have year, and then we have month. So it is virtually combining them together in both the tables, and you can see it is able to identify 16 out of 20 because of that combination. When I click OK, and here left outer, because this is my main table, I want to fetch the exchange rate from here for these items. I have really no interest in this otherwise. So left outer means this is the main table. Keep every transaction of this table. Rest we will see later if something is blank. When I click OK, expand, again same thing, what all things you want. So year, month, and currency I'm already having. Based on that only things came here. So I don't want to repeat them again. Exchange rate to USD, that's the only column which I am interested in. Click OK. And now you can see these are the values which are coming. And these four values are not there in my currency exchange rate. Let's verify one of them. So here it is. What is that? This is South African rand, and the exchange rate for 2017 June is 0.07765. Let's check it here. 2017, let's sort it in descending order. 2017, and it's easy that way. Okay, June 0.00.07765. So numbers are coming correct. That means we can continue with the process and save or like close and apply so that it can reflect directly in the model for the visualizations purpose. Now again, we should know how to do it. We should do it for small tables so that we don't have like multiple tables in the model, or model looks clean. Okay. But if there is a fact table involved, then I would not like to do it. In fact, this is the example which I have shown here. This is my fact table. I will have this data set in maybe hundreds of thousand lines. So I should not do it here. It's just that for the example sake, I was showing you that whenever 2-3 things are common, then how you should do it. I will try to utilize the relationship functionality to do all these things. Okay. Then we can
Yes,
close and
clear.
apply, and that's it. So now let's come to the doubts. Whatever doubts we have, let's go one by one. Who will come first? Hi, Akash. Again, after a long time.
Can I start?
Yes, Sudhir. You can share your screen.
One simple question I need to ask, how to change the source file link? What is happening? I'm having multiple tables. I'm pulling the data from multiple files. And now I'm realizing I'm getting confused. So I want to bring all these things at one place and organize all that things. But now if I change the location, I'll have a problem. So that's the reason like I'm stuck up at that place.
Okay. So look at my screen. There are two ways to change the path. Either go to each query or go to a center place where all the sources are listed. Okay. Like here, if I want to change this department location, this department is placed somewhere here. Okay. Again, Sudhir, I would suggest go through the session 1, last to last Sunday. Okay, everything was discussed in detail, but I will explain it briefly again. If I move this department from here to, let's say, somewhere on the desktop itself. Okay, and when I try to refresh it, when I try to refresh this particular query, it says department I cannot find.
Right.
Clear? Now, what I will do, I will go to department query, edit query. Then the first line in the department is source, first step. And it is telling the source here. So just change the source to the new location. Do you want to see that?
But in my case, I'm just getting these PBX files. Excel files are kept at different place.
So no problem. Give them different paths for each one. This is only department. The employee ID may be placed somewhere else. It doesn't matter, right? The new path which you are trying to give, that would be one center place. Power BI doesn't care whether your files are in one place or in multiple places. Okay, वो मेहनत already हो चुका है आपकी साइड से. Power BI will fetch from that location. If that file is not available in that location, then it will create issues.
So from the source, I can identify where it is kept.
Yes, from this source, you can identify where it is kept. So you just change this path to the new location. Maybe you don't know where it is kept. Okay?
Right.
And you have the new file for that. Okay, then start using this new one. So give the path of this new one here. And it will work properly. Or you can click on this gear icon in the first line. Click on that gear icon. It will give you that pop-up window where you will be able to select that particular location. If you don't want to paste the path, you can select it also. So let me click it again. You see? You can click on browse wherever you have kept the file, new file. It's on desktop. It's on this TBL department. That's the file. And then click OK. It works fine. Click on the last step to check if it is working until the last step. Now it's fine. Close and apply.
Right.
Okay.
Right. My another query was, I think 2-3 days back, I had put some screenshots in the group. It was unusual thing happening with me. Few rather data like charts were not getting formed. With the same data set, then I created another Power BI file and it was working perfectly over there.
So if that is still persisting, you can share your screen and then we can look into it.
No, finally I deleted all that things, recreated everything, and after recreation, it has started working. So my question is like, ऐसे क्यों हुआ था? Maybe some mistake from my side, but then just to confirm, I had worked rather on another fresh file where it was working fine.
I'm not sure. I've not seen those screenshots.
Okay.
If you can show them what was the
Uh,
error message, then maybe I can comment on it.
It is there in the WhatsApp chat.
Just try to pull them, and then until then, let me take another question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next question, guys. पहले तो where is the camera, guys? Switch on the camera. श्रेयस शुरू में किए थे फिर भूल गए हाँ हाय
Yeah,
सागर
Afroz here, sir.
I was having dinner, so that's why.
हाँ ठीक है डिनर गुड
Sir, shall I share my screen, Akhilesh sir?
यस यू कैन शेयर सुमेश आकाश शक्ल दिखाओ यार ब्लेज अजहर ओके
Akhilesh sir, please let me know
Now
once you're able
I'm
to see my
in
file.
some way I got so therefore unable to.
आई कैन सी अफरोज
Okay. So this is my company office data. Okay, sir. So I have these all are this is a base data, total data. Okay, and I have done a pivot table accordingly in PT summary tab. Okay, so what I have done, what is my question exactly is, sir, I have taken only top 10 group name here. Okay, accordingly I have made a lot of slicer. Okay, so I'm talking about only top 10, correct? So,
Okay.
sir, this is a only top 10. So I have taken here only top 10. But sir, when I'm going to, and here is a slicer. Okay. So when I'm going to do all these things, it's working fine. But when I clear all filter, it will give me an error. So because I have taken only 10 in this, is there any way, sir, how can we solve this issue? If I do control Z, then only I can, my data will be correct. So I'm having this issue only top 10s, like in this and in this.
So what was the error coming? Click again. Click on any one
Okay,
thing.
okay,
And then
okay, yeah. If I click anyone, it will show. Okay, accordingly, all graph will be changed. And
clear.
second, okay, also let me take 3, 4. All are working fine, sir. When I remove all clear, so it is showing error. So
You couldn't complete the action in PT summary because there is already a pivot table 7 there. So keep your pivot tables separately. Maybe there are one below other, or maybe side by side something is there. Okay, keep some more space between the pivot tables. Then it should work properly.
okay, okay. You mean to say I have to
I think
give a
it's
lot of gap?
overlapping.
Maybe you are
I think
keeping your
it's
pivot tables one below other. Okay,
Yeah,
and there's
exactly,
not
exactly.
enough space.
That is what
It's
I think
overlapping.
it's happening.
Okay, so always keep them side by side. Always think in what side my pivot table can expand. Okay, so that
So
side.
I think, sir, I have to move like this pivot table in a D, E, F column and
Anywhere.
vertical, है ना? So I think it will be a work then.
You try wherever you want to keep. Maybe if it doesn't work, if it is bulky, keep it in the separate sheets also. That's also fine. Okay.
Okay.
So nothing
Okay.
major here. Only space is the issue between the tables. Pivot
Okay,
table.
sir. Fine, fine, fine.
Okay.
I'm sure I will solve this then. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next question. Sudhir, were you able to find the errors?
Yeah.
Would you
Can I
share?
share the screen?
Yes. You can. You can.
But I think he is not having the main file. He created the new file.
No, but he is
Uh,
the screenshots.
This was the first wherein it was working. And When
Was
I'm
there
going to
error
the
coming?
other one, I was not getting the data.
So you don't get data only when you click on something like
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah,
And there is
these are
nothing
like typical
happening in that
sectors. I was clicking on particular sector. So 90% were giving the data, 10% were not giving the data. But with the same data set, I had created another file, another Power BI file. It was working absolutely fine.
So unknowingly, there must be some other filters which is acting somewhere. And
Okay.
so when multiple filters are selected, the Power BI will show the intersection of those filters, whatever is common in all your selection, that will be shown. So
Okay.
here in that situation, maybe something you were not aware was also selected, which was creating this issue. So nothing was coming out in that combination. That can be the only thing, otherwise nothing.
Okay, I'll keep it in mind. Then let's see in future again if it happens. Then probably need to go to the root cause and understand. Now,
Yeah.
I'd like to share one more file.
Sure.
You are telling me about this. Here I'm getting 3 dots. I'm not getting the source, or I had to go to the table.
You did not let me complete the second method. Okay. I was telling you one more method to change the source.
Okay, okay. Sorry, sorry.
No problem. यहीं पे करते हैं, आपकी फाइल में करते हैं. Okay.
Okay. Oh, ये wrong select कर दिया मैंने.
Open Power BI.
Yeah.
The second method is go to Home tab and
Okay.
next to do you see the transform button in the top menu in the middle? Transform in the top menu. Yes.
Transform data. Yes.
Click on the drop down and then data source settings. Second one.
Okay.
It shows the unique data sets which are getting used in this file. So these are the 3 places. Pick any one and then click on change source at the bottom. And then you will be allowed to like change its source. That's it.
Now today I'm facing another problem when I'm trying to refresh. The data has been kept in the same file. It is showing that super strong stocks. The key did not match any row in the table. What
Key
is
did
this?
not match is meaning that the sheet name has changed or the sheet which it was using earlier is not there.
But all other data is coming from the same sheet. These are all the tabs in the same sheet.
Name must have changed. So this is super strong stocks, right? Close this. Close this. Right click on the right side on super strong stocks. Edit query. Edit query. Little down. Yes. So we will go inside the query and we will get to know what was the exact sheet name which it was using earlier. Can you show the Excel also? Or whatever the Power Query window? Share your full screen because we will need to go to the location also.
Okay.
So for path, it will say path is
How
not.
to share the full screen?
When you click on share, you will find whole screen or something like that. The first option which comes is generally full screen.
Best of one.
Where sound optimized for video clip.
There is a desktop option.
Advanced PowerPoint which
First icon. So you will see multiple panels, right? Excel window, Zoom window, something like that, Power BI window. So you should select the first option. Okay,
The basic tab, the first icon.
Screen function is coming.
Yes, that's it. That shows everything. Now we can see everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Open Power BI, Power Query. Okay. So go to that second step. Source is location of the file. Click on source. Yeah, click on that. Source is showing you data. That means source तक चल रहा है काम. Next step, navigation. Navigation says ये नहीं चल रहा है. So there was a sheet earlier, super strong stocks. Okay, go to the upper
Okay.
one. Go to first. Go to first. Go to first. यहाँ पे there is no sheet like that. Super strong stocks. Do you have it?
Yeah, it is there in the Excel. This
No,
is the
ये-
super strong stocks.
We can see it. We can see it. Super strong stocks. This is the same file. Nifty
Yeah.
500 version 2. Close this file. Close this file.
Close it. Okay.
Yeah, Excel file should get closed. Otherwise, it will create issues in refresh.
Okay.
Not minimize, close it.
Okay. Let me take a control.
Yeah.
So where is that Power Query thing? Here. Nifty 500 version 2, ठीक है. Here we are saying super. देखिए. So earlier this
Space है.
sheet name was having a space. Do you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
After stocks, there was an extra space, a couple of spaces maybe. Then the one which is currently there, it is not having any space. So if you see this name, here, there is no space.
Okay.
So your sheet name has changed. It is not able to find that sheet. Now, if I modify this little bit, okay, that there is no space. And when I click again, it is able to read it.
Right.
So problem is in the file name, in the sheet name, in the column names, something must have changed. That's why Power BI or Power Query gives errors.
Okay. Now I had to again this delete first row. I'll have to do all that things or
No. We were in second
No,
step.
no, just come
To
to
the
last
last
step.
right.
Everything is done. Okay.
Okay. I had to
Because
close and apply.
we were trying to investigate the issue top to down.
Right.
So
I copied that
Not-
sheet from some other source. That's the reason.
Yes. So what should happen every day? So this may be happening because you are downloading files again and again from some place, and then
Yeah.
you are keeping it here and there. Always keep the files in the single place. Your life will be simple. Otherwise, every day you will need to change the sources. Something also or the else you will miss. Okay. So stop doing them.
Right.
Another thing which I can see in your file is that there are some errors in the queries, some of the queries. And that's the place when these error queries are generated. So
How to
these
remove this?
these are good to investigate, but you can select all of them. Let's say I am selecting up to here using Shift key and then right click and delete the groups. Right click and delete.
Delete. Okay.
So these are just to show you errors. Close and apply, and that should work.
Right.
Next person. नहीं है कोई और?
Yeah, thank you. We'll practice. I'm new here.
Simple doubt है. Let me share my screen.
Sure.
It's related to Excel. 1 minute. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen. Your voice is little like low. Please be louder. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have some raw data, okay, and
Mhm.
some item description, quantity, date code, and some expiry date of the parts, okay. And this
Okay.
is the skid ID labels,
Mhm.
and I need to portrait this all skid ID labels here. Like I removed the duplicates and I portrayed here. So total I have 19 parts, okay. And I've taken this sum quantity and required quantity from some other formula in sum if and all. I need to put the skid ID from the second sheet, from this sheet to here.
Okay.
Is there any simple method? I tried pivot and all, but it is a little confusing actually.
Pivot may not work. So every what is the information in the row label?
So, sir, I will show you. For example, one part, this part, okay, 36 3A6G. I have uh, nine times it is actually it's a storage location. In the storage location, nine location is there actually. I want to put all these 9 locations here.
So will it always have 9 locations, or some of them may be blank also?
So it is like, for example, some of them only having one also. Like, for example, this one, only one skid ID, one location. This one having 9. The maximum is 10, actually.
Okay.
You got my query. For example, this part, I have only one location stored, and this it is there. But for this part, it is nine location it is stored and the 9 skid ID labels. So I want to put this in such a way that this is my skid ID label, and I want to put the skid ID information here against this parts. So for example, this part only 1, I need to put this part that much only. If it is 3, I need to take it here as a 3. If it is 10, I need to put it full like that.
Okay. It is not straightforward. I don't see Power BI like pivot table helping us or Power Query helping us. So what you can do, maybe you can share the sample data of this file, and
Okay.
we will try to find a way. Obviously, something is possible, but not straightforward. Okay. And then once we have arrived to a situation, yes,
What I was trying, I
it will
put
only
this.
give counts. Yeah, it will
Yeah,
give you.
I put this is in numbers here, means pivot. I put the skid ID labels also here. So you can see here I have some of them only one only, and some of them having 9. So the maximum is 10, like that.
Yes.
So, but it is not giving me a straightforward in solution. So that's why. So I will share the data in the Excel, I mean on the group.
Okay. Muthu, focus on this. Okay, tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
I want to ask one question. How
Yes,
to
Harry.
activate Power Pivot in Excel 2016? Because I tried in my office computer and I didn't able to activate that Power Pivot.
You have. Are you joining from office computer right now?
No, I'm right now joining from my personal laptop, and it is having 2010 as Excel.
Okay. So you need to go to File. I will share my screen. It also depends on your license, whether it may not be there also. Okay, it depends.
Yeah, let me see.
So I will show you where to go. Do you see the file?
Yeah.
Excel. You need to go to Home tab, right click, or any tab, right click, and we'll say customize the ribbon.
Okay.
When we go to that, we will see the options window here, Excel options.
It was not there in these options.
No, it will not be here directly. You need to go to add-ins.
Yeah, I tried with add-ins, but it was not there in add-ins also.
In add-ins, which one you selected here?
Here, com add-ins.
So that means it is not there in your license.
Okay.
If you don't see it here in this list, it is not there in your license itself.
Yeah. Okay, then if I want to purchase a new license, what I will have to suggest for having all the options?
Your office is having Office 365 or normal Excel licenses?
Normal Excel licenses.
So So there are two names. So when it is Office 365, you can ask them E3 license. Okay, if it is Office 365.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's something like I don't know the exact name. Maybe something with pro ending. Okay, the last word is pro. Office Pro or something like that. Okay, so Pro needs to be there, and you can always check it like in the list. It will be there.
Okay, Office Pro, I will have to ask.
Like Office Professional Pro, something like that. That name is there. It keeps changing. Like there are multiple licenses which are coming up now, but it is something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or maybe you can search it on, let's say, Chrome, like Google somewhere. Which version of Excel has power pivot? Okay. So an add-in is there, but the licensing, which license, because version is fine. It is available since 2013, but license you need to mention. Okay. So somewhere in the Office licenses, you will get that. Just search for that. Something with the Pro, I remember. Okay. Professional Pro version or something like that, it was there.
I will search.
Yeah.
Uh,
Otherwise, in the latest Office 365, it is known as E3. Minimum E3 is required. More than that, you can have E5 and others also. They will also have, but minimum E3 is required if you want Office Power Pivot Pro.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
If anyone doesn't have query questions, I will ask some other questions also.
हाँ बताइए. No problem.
Actually, I will share my screen.
Sure.
Here, sorry. Here, I wanted to have a Pareto chart for this data with pivot data, but I was not been able to create a Pareto chart with this. So I created then the pie chart.
What is
But can
Pareto chart?
is it possible to create a Pareto chart with this data?
What is a Pareto chart?
Pareto chart will give
Yes, you can with the ratio, na 80-20 that you are telling, right?
yeah,
Contribution of each.
yes,
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 you can.
with bar
do
and line
Yeah.
chart, combination of
Yes.
bar and line.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanted that you are clear on that. Now, currently it is only having, there is no direct Pareto chart in Excel. Okay.
Okay.
So what you can do maybe,
No, there is a direct Pareto chart option available, but it is not active for pivot. Something like that message was coming. With pivot data, we will not be able to create Pareto chart.
then maybe you link nearby two columns with this pivot. Okay, equal to A3 equal to B3 and drag it down and then create the Pareto chart.
But if some data changed in base data,
No
then
problem. It will
Pareto
be
chart
higher.
will not
It
get
will be a
updated.
little higher. Okay. Now in the pivot, how do you create? Okay, maybe Pareto chart by directly may not be possible. Obviously, pivot doesn't work with every chart. What you can do, keep one column, add one more column here of the same thing, count NC categories.
Okay, I will copy this and paste
No, not
near.
copying. Drag it
Okay.
again in the value section of the pivot. There are
Yeah.
two black blocks which are coming on your screen. I don't know. Everyone is viewing those blocks.
Yes.
This is Obina, this is the open. This is the some screen that you need to minimize this one. The privacy that it's coming.
I think this Excel
Just
is
let
very
me
old.
minimize this. This is the screen of our camera screen. So I will try to remove this screen.
That. So this is Zoom, I guess. This is Zoom.
You select the content only. This workplace management tool will last, and in the insert option you will see that Pareto option. I have done like that.
Okay, I minimized this screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rajit, you were guiding something. The top is also hidden. That some
Or
Yeah.
also have
Yeah.
something that's we share a screen or something that's need to be minimized or that
Okay.
some.
So it is the Zoom that taskbar or whatever we call it, control bar. Okay. Now I will give you some ideas, Sagar. Then you can try to implement it. Okay.
Okay.
Row label is showing something. Then we have count of NC categories. Whichever column you have used NC categories, drag it one more time into the values. In the pivot table, drag it one more time into the values. Okay, we got the same thing, but we don't want same thing. You want percentages, right? So what you can do, right click in the second column, show values as, and show running percentage running total in. Percentage running total in. So that will show you the cumulative percentages. And that is the focus of Pareto chart, right?
No, it has
Sagar, let me share my screen. What I have done, I will show you, and maybe you can follow that.
Ajit, one more minute. Right click again, Sagar. Right
Yeah,
click.
1 minute. Okay,
Show
right. Show values as.
And the next option, the one which you have selected, next to that, percentage running total. Yes. Click OK.
Yeah.
So this shows the percentages, and you want that wherever that 80 is crossing, right? That's what you are trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Now create a combo chart out of this pivot, and you will see the bars as well as the line. You can change the second portion into the line. Okay, so that is how I would try to like mimic it inside the pivot table. Otherwise, I will go for some additional way where I have more flexibility to create any chart. Go for charts, insert chart.
Insert, yeah.
Pivot, where is that pivot chart? Okay.
Here I'm working in 2010, Excel 2010.
Okay. Okay, click on it, column chart. Select the first one. Right click on the orange one, control one, change series chart type, change the axis. You have to change the axis also.
Axis, yeah, secondary
axis. And that's your Pareto chart. Format data series. You need to select format data series, last option.
Last one. Yeah.
Now cancel this. Last option. Not here. You have to select that line on the chart. This is the legend. Yeah. Format data series. Secondary, and that's your Pareto.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Next one, another question. With this table, I wanted to have a line chart. These are the machine numbers. These we can consider as a text. So I will change this type as text. This is like a name of the machine. And these are the scores on that machines. I want to prepare a line chart, simple.
Line chart in what terms, like?
Bar chart, simple bar chart with machine number on one axis and the score percentage on other axis. And when I created this.
But why these values are coming again and again? Like same machine number is coming again in this column?
At some places it may come.
So then you should summarize it first. Then only you should create the chart.
No, no,
You
I
cannot,
just
you cannot
wanted.
focus on only column C and G, because the column C values can be repeating at the bottom somewhere. So you first.
Let me show you another one file where I created a same chart
Okay.
like this.
Can you move that block up?
Yeah, just a minute.
Or down? Okay.
Yeah.
So here, what is there on the bottom? It is the machine, right?
Yeah, machine number and the scores are on the bar.
Okay. But what is the meaning of yellow, red, and green?
Those are those colors I have applied later. I wanted to show that whichever below 70%, I wanted to show with red color, and between 70 to 90, I wanted to show with yellow color, and 90 above, I wanted to show with green color.
So
So I
then it should
changed
work
that color
normally.
later.
Normal chart which you were creating, that's fine. Select both the columns, all the values, and then create a chart. That's it.
Yeah, but I selected these both columns, and then
No, you selected the full column, which is 1 million lines. Don't select that way.
okay,
Select the definite range.
I will select the
This much.
yeah, this much.
And
Then I
then
will select
second also.
this much.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
you have to use control key.
Yeah.
Better to keep them together. So it will be easy for you to select.
Yeah, I selected this, and then
go to the chart, column chart.
it's coming something like this.
Okay, so what it
I
is
will have
doing,
to access.
it is plotting the machine also. No problem. Right click on the chart, select data.
Okay, so I will have to move this from here to here.
Yeah.
These are
correct. Remove the machine number, remove machine numbers. Yeah, remove. And go to the horizontal side and add machine numbers there. That's it. Click OK. Because both of them are looking like numbers, so it is thinking that both are y axis items. So it plots both of them.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
And can I apply conditional formatting here that
not directly.
Colors.
Chart do not respect direct conditional formatting. You will have to use some tricks. So you will have to create some other columns. Okay, nearby columns. So you will need some formulas and additional three columns. Then only it can be worked. Okay.
Okay.
Next question. Next question, guys. Otherwise, let's enjoy the remaining part of the Valentine. Okay. I am holding you here. You might I might be getting some bad omens from your other partner.
You're becoming the villain now.
हाँ, तो मैं विलन बिल्कुल नहीं बनना चाहता. मैं चाहता हूँ कि हाँ, अच्छा बंदा ही रहूं.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
guys. ठीक है?
Thank you.
ठीक है. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Take
good
care.
night.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Shares. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.